are neither a business team or a family team. We are an organization, a nonprofit organization. So hopefully what we will share with you will be helpful and also encouraging a greater number of nonprofit organizations such as ours to participate in NAMIWALKS. First, Darwin will tell you about our organization.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I bring greetings from the Baltimore Alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So like Maxine said, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization whose purpose is to provide assistance and support to the local communities through our established programs. Our major programs of our sorority encompass of 5-point programmatic thrusts that include economic development, educational development, international awareness and involvement, political awareness, and of course physical and mental health. The Baltimore Alumni chapter was founded in 1922, and we are one of the 3 local chapters that are within the Baltimore metropolitan area. And mental health is a part of our sorority's national initiatives of the sorority. And that incorporates mind, body, and spirit. Personally, as a labor and delivery nurse, I understand the importance of mental health, and especially within the African American community. I work in a local urban hospital, Maryland General. So I understand the importance of mental health in terms of relation to African American women and their families, and in specific infants, because infants are, the first years of life have an influence on the children's mental health. So like Maxine said, we are not an organization. We are an organization. We're not a company, or we're not a family. But with over 85 years of service in the local community, we look forward to again participating in NAMIWALKS. So I'm going to pass it back to Maxine, and she's going to give you all some wonderful tips.
Thank you. I have participated in NAMIWALKS, I think 7 years, and we have had the team destigmatizing walkers for 5 years. This is our 5th year, and if you haven't seen it yet, you will see us. I participated as an individual, but I wanted to do more. And so I went to my sorority and sought their participation and involvement, and they loved it. But the first thing I did was to connect the NAMIWALKS mission with the mission of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So my first tip is to connect the mission of NAMIWALKS, increasing awareness, reducing stigma, supporting the programs of NAMI, to the mission of the organization. In our case, a major theme is serve, transforming lives, impacting communities. Now, doesn't that sound a little bit like the Metropolitan Baltimore theme of transforming lives, transforming community? Transformation. There is a connection. Clarify the value of participation. Second tip, clarification. Some persons will support you because they want to help you. They want to support you as an individual. But there are others who need education, who need to know what's in it for them, quite frankly. It is surprising to me, not surprising, gratifying to me, that as we educate our members, it not only brings out the involvement of healthcare providers, but others who say to me, usually in a whisper, that they have mental illness in their families, or or that they themselves have had mental health treatment or recipients of mental health services. So it is another way of clarifying the values, sharing personal stories, relating current events and statistics. And current events, I don't mean just tragedies, but stories of success, stories of overcoming. Relating it to youth education and the relationship of physical health. And saying the value, or pointing out the value of supporting NAMIWALKS for the Minds of America, we did a workshop for one of our committees, which works specifically with young ladies. It was on more than the blues. When we have a focus, because it's more to participate in many health-related issues. Heart disease, the American Heart Association, Diabetes Association, breast cancer, the Susan Komen Breast Cancer Walk. So why support NAMIWALK when we're supporting all of these other physical health causes? We find a way to make a connection between mental health and physical health, and we do so through articles in our monthly newsletter. Third tip, communicate frequently, often, continuously, and everywhere. Be visible, be vocal. I think sometimes my family, friends, and sorority members think that my name is Maxine Nami Digby Cunningham. Our participation in the walk actually began with a broader partnership. So by speaking about NAMI, speaking about mental health issues, it's not just a single activity, it's a grander part of our mission. We have a target audience. Just like when you're marketing a book or marketing your program, they say, find your niche audience. Our niche audience is African American women and families. So, in our communication, in our clarification, in our connection, we focus in terms of getting out the message and increasing the participation on the African American community on illnesses that affect women and their families. Destigmatizing walkers is our name. Perfect timing, thank you. And it does two things. Our biggest focus is on destigmatizing mental illness, but it also allows us to have DST in the name. Others have spoken about the stigma against getting treatment, but there's also a stigma about acknowledging, and the words that we use, the cultural competency, and knowing that there are various types of treatments for mental illness. And I just love the new logo of the tennis shoe with stigma on it. So we are the destigmatizing walkers. Compliment your team members, and you can do that in various ways, many of which have been suggested. We compliment them in terms of the number of people they bring out to the walk so that we're visible. And we have had babies and strollers to us wiser family members and sorority members, as well as for the amount of money that is raised. So I would encourage you to look at both aspects in terms of building your team. T-shirts, this would be the first year that we have T-shirts specifically related to the NAMIWALK. providing gift certificates, providing a book. And this is the story of my recovery, management, acceptance, and the 4 steps to wellness, body, mind, and spirit. And commitment and passion. In summary, 6 tips: connect the mission of NAMIWALK to that of the organization. 2nd, clarify value of participation. 3rd, communicate frequently, often, continuously, everywhere. 4, compliment and recognize your team members. 5, go to the core issues that will relate to your team members. And 5, captains, be committed, be passionate.